everybody, and welcome back to Amity Bloom. My name is Nazy. Thank you for joining me again today. I'm going to be showing you all my setup for One Book July. This is the first year that I ever participated in One Book July. I have been watching One Book July for years, and I just never thought of even participating. I felt like in order to participate for One Book July, I needed to be like a planner person. I watched Romany's video and I kind of got the gist of it. I kind of understand what the purpose of One Book July actually is, and I thought, what better time than to participate than today? For me, it's quite simple, just using one book. I always just use one book. Even though I have various traveler's notebooks, I tend to only use one cover at a time. So definitely one book, one pen. The versions that I'm going to be interpreting are basically a little bit of everything, mixing version 2 and version 3. So version 2 is pick a project, like complete a project, and version 3 is go big or go home, which is the theme this year. I thought I would go big by completing a planner insert. Which I know you guys can love. I have tried to plan out, I have tried to organize, and I'm just not. That is my go big project. That is my go big or go home, which is completing a planner insert, both a monthly and a weekly, for a month. That is my go big. And the project part is completing my journal insert, which I will show later. It's a TN junk journal insert that I created. It's the first one that I ever made, so it's very special to me. And I kind of took a break from it when I purchased some other journals, and so I thought, out of respect to this lovely journal that kind of started everything, I thought I would finish it up this month. So the notebook that I'm going to be using for One Book July is a Midori. This is a Midori Traveler's Notebook. I got it 4 years ago. This was the first Traveler's Notebook that I ever purchased, so it's very special to me. On the cover, I did pierce it. I put some brads. I put this little brad thingy majig. I don't know what it's called. And I just put in my name, Nazy. Here is a little brad that says 12. That's the day I was born and my lucky number. And then I hand sewed on some buttons. I think it's a great idea to sew on random things on your journal cover. I know a lot of people might not like that kind of look, but I personally like it. I think it tells a story. It characterizes your notebook. It personalizes it. You know, it's just, I love how it looks. And the buttons, the colors of the buttons represent something very special to me. So that's that. On the side, I just have these little paper clips, these little dangly charm paper clips. A couple of them were given to me by my wonderful friend Jibbid. I also purchased some. She creates these beautiful paper clips that have little charms on them and beads. It just looks so magical on the side of your notebook. She uses them in her journals as well. And then this one, I think this one was gifted to me by my friend Liz. Hello, Liz. And then I added a little pen nib charm. Isn't it the cutest? Oh, I love my little charm. I think I might get a fountain pen soon, so that's kind of my inspiration behind it. And then a little scissor charm and a little bird. It's just so cute. Opening it up. Okay, so on the inside, this is my first insert. This is my planner insert. The skinniest insert of all, and it's my planner one. On the cover, I actually copied and scanned this image. This is a cover of an old music book. I just loved the cover. So I scanned it, I copied it, and I changed the colors so that it turned out a little bit more vintage and a little bit more muted grays. And so I just glued that onto some scrapbook paper, and that's that. It's really pretty. I love the design. I'm thinking of including it in my Etsy shop so that you guys can also print it and use it as your own notebook covers. It's the perfect size. It's just so beautiful. I have just a piece of tea-dyed, a piece of scrap paper. I create journals, and I tea-dye / coffee dye papers for my journals, and because it is a lengthy process, I tend to not throw away my scraps, and so I utilize them as little lists that I can just do a to-do list or write random things, and I can just and I can just take it out if I wanted to. I like to staple them on. And on the bottom, I have, this is a perfect example. I'm not sure if you can see. This is a perfect example of my planning. I decided to plan from the 25th to the 31st of May. Just that single week. I don't know why. And I started on a Thursday. I didn't even start on a Monday. I started on a Thursday, and then I didn't even make it to the next Thursday. So I didn't even plan for a week. I didn't even finish planning on Wednesday. So you can kind of see how I plan. I usually, when I'm starting to get overwhelmed and I have so much to do, that is when I plan. And then I only plan for like a week, and then I'm done. So I'm not a continuous planner, which is what I want to do, which is what I want to challenge this month. I tried to plan in June because I kind of had an idea back in May to participate in One Book July. So I said, okay, I'll test it out for June. I planned the first day of the month. I planned all of this out. I even decorated it. I didn't look at it ever since. So that is also a problem. I tend to plan and not look back to my planning. For me, I would much rather just live my life not planning anything, just live it as it comes, than plan my life. And then if my life doesn't go as planned, you know, I get frustrated. So I get a lot of it's kind of like anxiety when it comes to planning, which is hence why this is July, and I didn't even fill it out yet. I didn't even put the date, the numbers. I haven't done anything. I leave planning to the last minute, and because it's to the last minute, I end up not even planning. I think it's the 3rd of July. It's okay. It's not too late. I'm going to go ahead tonight and fill out my planner and see how it goes. So this is my monthly calendar. I'm so sorry. I do not remember where I got this insert from. It was from an Etsy shop. That's all that I know. My weekly that I have right now, I am going to change it, and I probably should have changed it before I filmed this video, but it's a Monday through Sunday, but it's an hourly planner, which does not work for me. I thought this was going to work because of my job. I work with animals, and so I thought that organizing which animals I see at what time, you know, what we do with each animal, I thought it would organize me better, and it actually turns out that it's even worse, because when you're working with live animals, they tend to change the plan whenever they want to. Even though you have a scheduled plan, something might happen and then we don't go, you know, we don't follow the day as planned. I think I'm going to change this insert to a week on a page and a week for notes. I think that will be better. And also just because I don't really use my notebook for my work, because if I take my traveler's notebook with me, either a chicken will start messing with it, or a goat will probably start eating it, or either a horse will start like stomping on it or walk all over it. It will get dirty. It will not survive. So I don't want to sacrifice my little notebook just yet. But I definitely will be taking it with me. I just will be leaving it in my car, probably, or just keeping it in my bag. On the back, I just have some sticky notes. I purchased some sticky notes back in the day when I wanted to do pretty planning, and I realized that that just wasn't me. I still kept them, though, just because they are pretty, and I think it will encourage me to jot down the important things a little bit better. So that is the back of the insert. This is my second insert. This is my notes notebook. As you can see, this is some music note paper that I used to decorate the cover. And I thought it was perfect because this is music notes and it's my notes. You get it? It's my notes notebook. So this is my notes notebook. I only have grid paper, maybe some lined paper. I don't know. But I don't know if you've noticed, but I print on ivory paper, not white paper, just because I just don't like it and I prefer ivory. That's the only reason. So in here I will jot down things such as like Etsy, things that I need to remember, my traveling junk journal project, or even like some Scrabble like cheat sheets. I have been playing Scrabble with my partner recently and I'm really getting into it, and so I'm trying to find some like high point ranking words that I can use while we're playing. So anything and everything will basically go in this notebook. My third insert, as you can call it that, is my folder. It's kind of like an envelope system. I used to have a regular folder, a regular 2-pocket and 4-pocket folder, but it was just not enough room. And then I also used the plastic Midori folders, and I just didn't like how they looked. So I tried to mimic that style, but using wallpaper. So I created this envelope folder system using wallpaper, things that I had at home. And so I stitched it all together. Here in the front, I stitched on some lace to make a full-length pocket. Here is where I put my calendars, like just papers that I fold in half, and I put them in there. And here is a little pouch. It's a full-length pocket, and in here I keep random papers and some things to use in my journal. Here is on this paper clip, I keep this book page where it talks about fairies, and I love the little story that is said on this book page. I keep it to use in my journal as well, to put some things that some of my lovely subscribers have gifted me, and fabric embellishments, so I keep that there just for inspiration and to make me happy. On this side, I stitched this full pocket. I stitched it in half to make 2 mini pockets, and in here I have some journaling cards, some cards that I created. Here on the bottom, it's this little mini pocket that one of my subscribers made for me, and inside she put in here some stamps. And so I kept the stamps in there because I want to use them in my journaling. And then here is a little piece of some vintage lace that I managed to find at an estate sale. So just things that I will utilize in my journal, as well as just cute little things to make me happy. On the back of my folder, this is a vintage library card pocket from a book. And in here I just keep some stickers, some little images of buttons. I'm obsessed with buttons. I love buttons. Here are some buttons. I have buttons on my cards. I put buttons on my notebook. I love buttons. Some measuring tape, and then this is just some paper. So just some little things. This is a little image from one of my digital kits in my Etsy, and that's it. Just things that make me happy. And then in the back, this is one of my favorite poems ever. It's written by Allen Ginsberg. I will leave it there if you'd like to read it. Absolutely beautiful. I put it in any traveler's notebook that I'm using, and it makes me so happy. So I keep that stuff in the library pocket. So definitely, if you have a folder, you can make your own. You know, you can customize it. You can make it as quirky as you'd like. You can decorate it to fit your needs. Just something that when you open it, it makes you happy. And so that's basically my whole thing with traveler's notebooks, is decorating them in a way that makes you want to journal, that makes you want to use it, that makes you happy. My last insert, this is my TN junk journal. Now, I created a tutorial on how I made this about a year ago. I will link it in the description below, and I just show you how I made it and basically the idea behind it. It's, for those of you who don't know, it's basically a traveler's notebook that is made utilizing the junk journal style. And that's what a TN junk journal is. It's very simple. I know I've been getting a lot of messages to those of you who are new to my channel to what exactly is a TN junk journal. I will be making a video explaining what a TN junk journal is and the concept behind it, and answering all of those questions, because I know it can be quite confusing for if you have not heard of it before. It's honestly the best of both worlds. It's when I created it, I wanted that junk journal style, but instead of carrying around, you know, a big book, a big junk journal, I thought, why not just make a junk journal in a TN and then put that in my traveler's notebook, and then I can take it with me wherever I go. So that's kind of the thought behind it. I love it. This was the first one I ever created, so that's why for my project for One Book July, it will be to complete this journal entirely. I will be filming a completed flip through of it by the end of this month, and I will also be filming some journal process videos as to how I go about decorating it. As you can see, some of it's already been written in. It's basically halfway done. I just need to go in and finish some extra pages, and then that is it. I will be able to show you all the finished journal, which is so exciting. Oh, makes me so happy. So that is my entire setup. I hope that this video has either inspired you to join One Book July. It's not too late. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions to anything I said, definitely leave a comment and ask me. Anything that I mentioned, I will be linking below, the tutorials, where I got the paper clips, where I got specific things, I will link them below. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing the setup to my One Book July. Wish me luck with my planning. I'm going to be starting today, so hopefully that all goes smoothly. I will update you guys on anything that changes. And as always, until next time, I hope that your day is filled with an abundance of peace and love. Bye-bye.